Hi everyone. So welcome back to my channel Mathematic Girls Swati 3226. So here I am once again with my another video, and because I can see that you are basically asking me to make the videos on the topics of class 12. That is why my continuous videos, like whatever I'm uploading these days, these all are from class 12 only. So I hope you are understanding all the videos that I'm uploading and you are liking my videos as well. So yes, today, as you can see the topic, it's matrices, one of my most favorite topics. So let's start quickly with the video. And once again, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you are subscribing to my channel and support me. Thank you. So let's now start with the video. Okay, so this is basically exercise 3.1 NCERT questions. So I'm going to make you understand all these questions in detail, like, a proper solution I'm going to give you so that there will be no doubt. So let's start with the first question. In the matrix A, we have a matrix given in which the entries are given to 5, 19 minus 7, 35 minus 2, 5 upon 2, 12, root 3, 1 minus 5, 17. The first question is write the order of the matrix. Okay, so I'll do one thing. I'll just write down the question once again. Okay. And then I'm going to do the solution below this. Okay, so one question at a time. All right, so let's start with the first question. And we have basically 3 sub questions in the first one. So let's start with that particular question. So yes, there is our question, and the first question is find the order of the matrix. How do we write down the order of the matrix? We write down the order of the matrix as number of rows and then cross, that's a cross sign, not multiplication sign. We call it as cross only. Number of rows and cross number of columns. Normally, we denote the number of rows as like by m, and we denote number of columns by n. So the order of the matrix is going to be m cross n, but we need to find the value of n and we need to find the value of n. That means we need to find the value of the number of rows. So how many number of rows are there? 1, 2, and 3. So we have only 3 rows. How many columns are we having? So 1, 2, 3, and 4. So we have n, that is number of columns, that is 4. Remember, these are columns. So column 1, column 2, column 3, column 4, and this one is R1, R2, R3. So therefore, we have the order of the matrix. So therefore, you can write down the required answer or the required order of the matrix is 3 by 4. Okay, we also read it as 3 cross 4 or 3 by 4. That's the answer. The next is write down the number of elements. Do you know that the number of elements in a matrix is basically the total number of entries, right? So if you want, you can just count the entries, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That also you can do, or there is a very short way to write down the total number of elements in the matrix, and that is just do the product of the number of rows and number of columns. That means here it is actually m multiplied by n. So m multiplied by n, that means 3 multiplied by 4 and 3 multiplied by 4, 12. You have basically cross-checked your answer because yes, the total number of elements in the matrix is 12 only, and we got 12. So therefore, the total number of elements in the matrix is simply you will get the answer by multiplying the number of rows with the number of columns, and that is 12. The next is write the elements A13, A21, A33, A24, A23. What is this? These are nothing but the entries given. So I'll tell you how do we write down the entries. So here, remember the first one that you can see, the first is basically telling you the corresponding row, and the second one is telling you the corresponding column. So this one is A11. That means the entry, first row, first column. This one is A12. That means the first row We are in the first row, but second column. That is why A12. This one is A13, this one is A14. Why the first entry is 1 only? Because the first one is indicating the row, right? Of course, it is in the first row. So that is why 1, 1, 1, 1. And the second entries are 1, 2, 3, 4 because the columns are first, then second, then third, then fourth. Now, next entry is basically A22 because second row, second column. Next is A23 because second row, one. Oh, sorry, extremely sorry. This is A21. Yeah. So this is A21. Second row, first column. And this is A22, that is second row, second column. This is A23, this is A24. Similarly, this will become A31, A32, A33, and A34. So you can see here that I have written all the entries. But here we need to find out A13, right? So I'm writing the solutions here. So A13 is actually, you can find it, A13 is 19, so it is 19. Next is A21, you can find it, A21 is 35, so it is 35. Next is A33, you can see A33 is -5, right, over here. So therefore, it is -5. Next, we have A24, A24, as you can see, it is 12, so it is 12. Next is A23, so A23 is 5 by 2. And we have completed our first question already. Now let's go to the second question. So I'll just do one thing. I'll paste the second question here so that I don't need to write down like I don't need to go up and down every time. All right. So the second question says, I'll show you the question now. Okay, so as you can see in the second question we have yes. So if a matrix has 24 elements, what are the possible orders it can have? What if it has 13 elements? Okay. So basically we know that in a matrix, like if you have a matrix of the order m by n, right? That is m cross n or m by n. It will have how many elements? It will have m into n elements, right? So here we have 24 elements given, right? Here we have 24 given. What is this 24? This 24 is basically m cross n given, right? So this is the total number of elements. What are the possible orders it can have? You know that this 24 will only come if you write down m cross n. So you simply write down m cross n in such a way so that their multiplication is 24. So actually you just need to write down, like which two numbers you will take so that their multiplication is 24. So it's very simple. First, 1 times 24, right? This is our first order. Next, reverse it. 24 times 1. Next, 2 times 12. Reverse it. 12 times 2. I know that multiplication is commutative, but here this is different. Okay, 1 cross 24, that means one row and 24 columns, and 24 cross 1 is, that means 24 rows and 1 column. Okay, so that is why you need to write down in the reverse way as well, like reverse order as well. 2 cross 12, 12 cross 2. Next is 3 cross 8, 8 cross 3. Next is 4 cross 6. I'm starting it here, 6 cross 4. Do we have any other? Yes, 12. Oh, no, we are done. So I think we are done. How many possible orders it can have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So what are the possible orders it can have? So it can have 8 orders. That is it. This is the answer. You can show this by writing it in this way. Now, what if it has 13 elements? So if it has 13 elements, that means you have to write down 13 in such a way so that if you take two numbers, it will have the product 30. And that is only, like, for that, we have only two cases. Either 1 times 13 or 13 times 1. Do we have any other numbers that you multiply and you'll get the answer 13? No. So if it has 13 elements, then how many, like what are the possible orders it will have? It will have only 2 possible orders. Therefore, the answer is 2. So for the second one, the answer is 2 possible orders. For the first part, that is what are the possible orders it can have for 24, 8 orders, right? That's the answer. All right, now we can go to the third question. The third question is exactly the similar question, but still I'm going to show you the question. I'll do one thing, I'll just show you the third and the fourth question together. All right, so let's go to the third question. Now, so here I have written the questions after 3. So after 4, I guess. So I'll write down the third and the fourth question over here. Go a little bit up so that I have more space. Yeah, this is fair enough. Okay, so this is the question that I have in the question number like 3 and 4. You can see question number 3 is exactly the same. A matrix has 18 elements, right? So for the third one, 18, let me write down third. 18 you can write down in how many ways? So 1 cross 18, 18 times 1, 2 times 9, 9 times 2, 3 times 6, 6 times 3. Do we have any other? No. So it will have how many possible orders? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So it will have 6 possible orders. The next part is, what if it has 5 elements? It is again very simple. If it has 5 elements, that means you are going to write on 5 as, 5 into 1 and 1 into 5. So therefore, it will simply become 1 into 5 and 5 into 1. So it has how many possible orders? Only 2. So the answer is, it has 2 possible orders. That is it. We are done. Now we can go to the fourth question. So the fourth question, we need to construct a matrix, a 2 by 2 matrix, where A is in the form of Aij, whose elements are given by this. Now this will take time. So what I'll do, I'm going to erase this because I have already written the answer in the question, 6 orders and 2 orders. So let me erase this so that I can do this question properly. So let's start with the first question. So in the first one, we have, of course, we need to construct a 2 by 2 matrix. That means this will be A11, A12, A21, A22, right? Now we have something given. In question number 1, we have given that Aij, I is the ith row and J is the jth column. That is given by this formula. So we just need to find out A11, A12, A21, A22. That is it. So I'm going to find out each one of them. So A11, right? Aij is this formula. That means I is 1 and J is also 1. So here at the place of I, it is 1. Plus at the place of J, it is again 1. So 1 plus 1 upon 2. And then we have a square here. So what is the answer? 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 squared is 4. 4 divided by 2 is 2. So we got the entry. That is it. Next is we have to find A12. That means I is 1 now, which is this, and J is 2. Again by putting over here, so it is 1 plus 2 whole square upon 2. Now 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 square is 9, so it is 9 by 2. Let's write down it in fractionally 9 by 2. Now the next one we have A21. That means I is 2 and J is 1. So it is again going to be the same one, only 2 plus 1 square upon 2. 2 plus 1 is 3, 3 square is 9, 9 by 2. We got this also as 9 by 2. Now the next one is, that is A22. So that means I is also 2, J is also 2. So this will become 2 plus 2 whole square by 2. So 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 square is 16. So 16 divided by 2 is 8. So therefore the answer is 8. And we have constructed our first 2 by 2 matrix. We are done with the first one. Now let's start with the second one. So second one also, it is going to be this only, A11, A12, A21, A22. It's just in the second one, we have to use this formula. So I'm going to use the same formula. So what will be A11? A11 will be, that means I is 1, J is 1. So according to this, general formula that is given, it is 1 upon 1. That is 1 only. So the first entry is 1. Now the next one is A12. That means I is 1 and J is 2. So 1 upon 2. That means 1 upon 2. Now next is A21. That means I is 2, that is 2, because I is here in the numerator and J is in the denominator and J is 1 here. So 2 upon 1. 2 upon 1 is same as 2 only. Now the next is A22. That means 2 by 2. What is the answer of 2 by 2? It is 1 only. So the answer is 1. Now we just need to make our third 2 by 2 matrix, which is given into the form of I plus 2j whole square by 2. So let's do the third question over here. So the first entry is going to be A11. That means I is 1 and j is 1. Let me change the color. So it is 1 plus 2 times 1. So that is 2. And then square upon 2. So 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 square is 9. And this 9 by 2. So the first entry is 9 by 2. Next entry is going to be A12. That means I is 1. So 1 plus 2 times j is 2. So 2 times 2 upon 2. And this has a square as well. So it is 1 plus 2 times 2 is 4. So 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 square is 25 by 2. So the second entry is 25 by 2. Now let's put the A21. That means the second row, first column. So that means I is 2 and j is 1. So I is 2 and j is 1. So j is 1, that means 2 times 1 and then whole square upon 2. So this is 2 plus 2 times 1 is 2 only. So 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 square is 16. 16 divided by 2 is 8. So therefore the entry is 8. Next is the last one, A22. That means I is 2 and j is also 2. So 2 into 2 and then upon 2 and this has a square. So 2 times 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 square is 36. 36 divided by 2 is nothing but 18. So we got our third matrix as well. And we are done with our fourth question as well. Now we will go to the fifth question. So for the fifth question, as I said, I already have the question with me here below. So let's quickly go to the, see. So here we have our question, fourth question. Fourth question we are already done. We need to solve the fifth question. Okay, it is exactly the same, right? So I can do one thing. I'm going to keep this question, like I'm going to write down this question below so that I can do it properly, right? Okay, so we have to construct a 3 by 4 matrix whose elements are given by these two formulas, okay? So this is like, because it is a 3 by 4 matrix, so I need some space. So this is question number 5, 1, right? So let me put the question over here once again. Okay, so because it is a 3 by 4 matrix, that means our matrix is going to look like 3 rows. That means A11 and 4 columns. So A11, A12, A13, A14. Second row, that is A21, A22. I hope you have understood how I'm writing this. Simply remember the first entry is representing the row and the second is representing the entry of the column entry. So A11, A12, A13, A14, A21, A22, A23, A24. And the third row is A31, A32, A33, and A34. So remember, we always write down the matrix with the order, so 3 by 4. Now, let's start with the solution. So in the first one, we have the formula given Aij. So I can directly start with the entry. And also, I'm just going to do something here. I'm going to write down the matrix first so that I can put the entry here. So the first entry is A11, right? So let me just go a little bit down so that I'll have even more space. Perfect. So let me write down it here. So this is A11, that means 1 upon 2 mod minus 3. I is 1, so 3 times 1 is 3 plus j is 1 only. So this will become half times minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2, but it is inside the mod. So if we'll take it outside, it will become plus 2. So the answer is 1. So we got the first entry 1. Now the next entry is A12. That means 1 upon 2. I is 1 only, so minus 3 plus j is 2, so minus 3 plus 2. Minus 3 plus 2 is minus 1, but it is inside the mod. If you bring it outside the mod, it will come out positive. That's a property of mod. So 1 upon 2, that means the second entry is 1 upon 2. Now talking about A13, so if you find A13, that is half, and this will become minus 3 as it is because I is 1 only. So minus 3 times 1 is minus 3, and then plus j is 3. So minus 3 plus 3, it is going to be 0. 0 multiplied by anything is 0 only. So this entry is 0. Because I have lesser space, so I'm going to write down the next entry over here. And the next entry that I'm going to find out, and that is A14. So I'll do one thing. I'll take smaller bit so that I can write down more entries. So what is A14? A14 is going to be 1 upon 2 minus 3 times I is 1 only plus j is 4. So now this will become half minus 3 plus 4, that is 1 plus 1. So it is going to be 1 only. So it is 1 upon 2. So this entry is 1 upon 2. Now we need to find out A21, right? That means I is 2 now, so half minus 3 times 2, that is minus 6, j is 1. So, okay. So this is always going to be minus 6 in the second row, okay? So this is half, minus 6 plus 1 is minus 5, but it is plus 5. So it is going to be 5 by 2. Now A22 is also going to be half and then minus 6 only, but now it is 2, so that means this will become plus 2. So minus 6 plus 2 is minus 4, but outside plus 4, so it is 2. So this is 2. Next is A23. That means it will become A23, that is half, then mod minus 6, and then plus 3. So this will become minus 6 plus 3 is minus 3. Minus 3 will become plus 3. So it is 3 by 2. So this is 3 by 2. And A24 will be half, then minus 6, and then plus 4 only. So minus 6 plus 4 is minus 2, but it is outside 2 only. 2 divided by 2 is 1. So the entry is 1. Next is now A31. So A31, that means half times inside mod, it is going to be 3 only. So minus 3 times 3 is going to be minus 9. So every time you can just put minus 9 plus 1, that is half times 8, because minus 9 plus 1 is minus 8, but outside it is 8 only. So 8 divided by 2 is 4. So this entry is 4. Now what I'll do, I'll just keep on increasing this 1, 2, 3, and 4. So the next is, that is A32, that will become half minus 9 plus 2. Minus 9 plus 2 is minus 7, that is 7 only. So it is 7 by 2. Next entry, that is A33, that will become half minus 9 plus 3, minus 9 plus 3 is minus 6, that is 6 only. 6 divided by 2, that is 3. So it is going to be 3 only. Next we have is A34. So that means half. In mod, we have minus 9 plus 4. Minus 9 plus 4 is minus 5, that is 5 only. So it is 5 divided by 2. So this is 5 divided by 2, and we are done with our matrix. So our required matrix here is, as you can see, it is a 3 by 4 matrix, and the matrix is coming to be 1, half, 0, half, 5 by 2, 2, 3 by 2, 1, 4, 7 by 2, 3, 5 by 2, along with the order, that is 3 by 4. And we are done with this. So now we can go to the second part of the 5th question. And in the second part, we have Aij equals 2i minus j. Right? You can see that. We need to construct a 3 by 4 matrix only. So let me write down this. So Aij, it is given 2i minus j. Okay. So I'll just write down A equals, the first entry is A11. So I'm just going to find out all the entries here. So A11, that means I1, J1. Remember the first entry is 1 only. So 2 times 1, 2, 2 minus 1 is 1 only. So it is 1. Next is A12. Remember, we have to find out till A14. So A12, that means this is 2 only, and 2 minus 2 is 0. So it is 0. Next is A1. Okay, I can just write down in this way so that you can understand also in which way I'm writing. A120. Now A13, that means it is 2 only, and 2 minus 3 is minus 1. So this entry is minus 1. Next is A14. So this is going to be 2, of course, and minus 4, that is minus 2. So this is minus 2. We are done with the first row because we need to find out 3 by 4, right? That means 3 rows and 4 columns. Next is A21. That means 2 times 2, 4. 4 minus 1 is 3. Next will be A22. That means 4 minus 2. That is going to be 2. So it is 2. Next is A23. That means 4 minus 3. That is going to be 1. So 1. Next is A24. That means 4 minus 4. That is going to be 0. So this is 0. Next is the last row. That is A31. That means 2 times 3 is 6. So 6 minus 1. That is 5. Next is A32. That means 6 minus 2. That is 4. Next is A33. That means 6 minus 3. Yeah, so that is 3 only. So it is 3. And the next is A44. I can see a pattern as well. It's 5, 4, 3, 1. So the next is A34, not 4, 4. It is 3, 4. So 2 times 3 is 6. 6 minus 4 is 2. So it is 2. This was 2. And we are done with the second question as well. Okay, so we are done with 4 questions. Now we can do we are done with the 5 questions. Now we can do the 6th question. So I'll show you the 6th question once again. The 6th question is very, very simple. This is all about order of the matrix. If the order of the matrix are equal, then the corresponding entries are equal. So in the first question, as you can see, we have, this is a 2 by 2 matrix and this is a 2 by 2 matrix. That means the order is same. The order should be same. Okay. So here 2 cross 2 and this is 2 cross 2. So corresponding entries are same. That means X is going to be equal to the corresponding entry here because X is at which place? A21, and here 1 is at which place? A21. Second row, first column entry. That is why X is going to be 1. We just need to find the values of X, Y, and Z only. And that is how, by comparing the order of the matrix, we can simply find out the value of X, Y, and Z. Okay, so now the next, we have got the value for X, and that is clearly, one second, that is clearly 1. Now we will find out Y, right? So Y is clearly going to be, this is the first entry, so first entry is 4, so Y is 4. Then we need to find out Z, which is, of course, this is Z, that is the second row, and first row and second column, because it is A12, and this is also A12, so Z is equal to 3. That's the answer. If you want, you can just add one line before you write down this value, X equals 1, Y equals 4, and Z equals 3. You can just add this. Since both the matrices are equal, their corresponding elements are also equal. And why both the matrices are equal? Because their order are equal, right? So yes, that is how you can do it. Now the next question is this one. So the second question, again, since both the matrices are equal, so their corresponding entries are going to be equal. And this simply implies the first entry, that this X plus Y is equal to 6. Then 5 plus G equals 5. And then we have X, Y equals 8. But from this, we do not have the value of X, Y, and Z, right? So what are we going to do? We are going to substitute here the value of X, Y. Like we need to just simplify this, okay? So what are we going to do? Here, of course, Z will be equal to 5 minus 5, 0. So we already got the value of Z. Okay, so this was the answer for this one. And here, Z equals 0. But we do not have the answer for X and Y. From here, can you notice that this is nothing but, let me take this color, X equals 8 upon Y. So if X equals 8 upon Y, can I not rewrite down this as x as 8 upon y and then plus y equals 6? Now, if you take LCM, this will become 8 plus y squared upon y equals 6. If you do cross multiplication, it will become 8 plus y squared equals 6y. And this is same as y squared minus 6y plus 8. Now, this is a quadratic equation. You know that quadratic equation, the general form is ax squared plus bx plus c. So it is in that form only. So I am going to solve this using middle term split. So this will become minus 4y minus 2y. I'm getting minus 6y. And also I'm getting the product 8y squared. And this is here 8. Right? So plus 8 equals 0. Now, from the first two terms, I'll take y common. So this is y minus 4. Right? And here minus, I'll take 2 common. So inside this we have y, and because I have taken minus common, so this plus, like this has to be minus, so that minus times minus is plus, and this is 4, right, equals 0. Now clearly you can see that here we have y minus 4, here we have minus 4. So if I take this y minus 4 outside, so what I'll get, I'm getting y minus 2. And you know that if we have the product of two terms 0, this simply implies either of the term is going to be 0. That means either y minus 4 is 0 or y minus 2 is 0. So this will become y equals 4 and this will become y equals 2. So we have two values of y. So for y equals 4, if you just put it here, x plus 4 equals 6, that means the value of x is 6 minus 4, that is 2. For y equals 2 in this one, you are getting x plus 2 equals 6, that means x is 4. So basically we are getting two values of x. X will be either 2 or 4. Y we have two values, again 2 or 4. And z we have only one value, and that is 0. So this is our answer. And so now we can go to the next. So this is the answer. And now we can go for the next question. All right. So in the third question, this was the second question. In the third question, we have, let's see the question. Yes, so it is here x plus y plus z equals 9, x plus z equals 5, and y plus z equals 7. Again, because the matrices are equal, so their corresponding entries are going to be equal. So you just need to write down this in this form. So x plus y plus z equals 9. Next is x plus z equals 5. And the next is y plus z equals 7, right? Okay, so I'm just going to simplify this by putting this as equation 1, this as equation 2, and this as equation 3. If I subtract 2 and 3, that means this will become x plus z minus y minus z, right? And this will become 5 minus 7. Or I could have gone, the other way around. But anyway, this is z minus z cancelled. So we're getting x minus y equals minus 2, which is same as y minus x equals 2, right? Okay, so I have this y minus x equals 2, and I have this over here, x plus y plus z equals 9. So from here, I can see, I can see here that y is nothing but 2 plus x, right? So that means I can write down the first equation. So from 1, I can write down at the place of x at x only. At the place of y, I can write down 2 plus x. So this is 2 plus x plus z equals 9. So this is actually x plus x is 2x plus z, and 9 minus 2 is 7. Let me put this as equation 4. Now I have equation 4 and I have equation 2. If I subtract 4 minus 2, what I'll get, you can see, if you do 4 minus 2, that means 2x plus z minus, in 2 we have x plus z, so if you remove the bracket, x minus z, and this is 7 minus 5, that is 2. Clearly, z minus z will get cancelled, so 2x minus x is x only, and we got our first value of x, that is 2. So x is 2. If x is 2, clearly y is 2 plus 2, that is 4. So we got the value of y also, that is 4. So I can just write down here that x we got, y we got, and z, like you can just put it in any of the equations. So let's put this in equation 3. So from 3, y plus z equals 7, and y is 4 only. So it is 4 plus z equals 7. So what is the value of z? Z is going to be 7 minus 4, that is 3. So we got the value of z as well, that is 3. And we are done with the 6th question as well. Now it's time to go to the next question, that is the 7th question. All right, so let me show you the 7th question. We have total, I guess, after seventh question, we have 3 more questions, and I think all those are MCQs. So let's do the next question quickly. Okay, the question went there. Okay. So this is the question. We need to find the value of A, B, C, and D from the equation. Clearly, again, you can see that both the matrices are given equal. So you can write down, okay, I'll just do this, like the sentence, the statement properly. And remember to use this in every matrix question when you are, equating the corresponding terms to be equal. So you can write down, since the matrices are equal, therefore the corresponding entries are going to be equal. The corresponding entries meaning the first entry will be equal to the first entry on the other side, second entry will be equal to the second entry on the other side, and etc. So it means the corresponding entries are equal. What does it mean? It simply means that A minus B equals -1, 2A plus C equals 5, 2A minus B equals 0, 3C plus D equals 30. Now, if you have such kind of equations, it's best to give a name to these equations first. So let me put this as 1, let me put this as 2, let me put this as 3, and let me put this as 4, right? So we need to find the value of A, B, C, and D, all right? So from 3, I can clearly see that 2A equals 0 plus B, that is B. So what is the value of A? The value of A is, or I can say the value of B is 2A, right? Now here what I'm going to do, I'm going to write down A as it is, and the place of B, I'm going to put 2A, right? So it is 2A equals -1. What is A minus 2A? It is minus A. So minus A equals -1, that means the value of A is 1. So we got our first value, that is A. So if A is 1, can we not find out the value of B? Yes, B will become 2 times A is 1. So 2 times 1, that means we got the value of B as well, that is 2. Now we need to find the value of C. So if A is 1, that means 2 times 1 plus C equals 5. 2 times 1 is 2 plus C equals 5. So C is going to be 5 minus 2. That is 3. So the value of C is 3. Next is the value of D we need to find. So we got the value of C, that is 3. So 3 times 3 plus D equals 13. So D, this is 9 only. So this is 13 minus 9. And this is going to be 4. So we got the value A1, B2, C3, D4. Oh, this was quite sequence, right? So yes, we got the answer. And now we can go to the next question. And the next questions are like 3 questions. We are left with the 3 more questions, and all the 3 questions are MCQ. So let me show you all the 3 questions first, and then I'll quickly solve the MCQs with a proper explanation for all of you. Okay, so yes, the question is here. And now the first question is, of course, all the 3 are MCQs only. So now let us solve this. So we have the matrix A given EIG M cross N. It is a square matrix. So this is going to be a square matrix. What is the meaning of a square matrix? The meaning of a square matrix is very simple. The number of rows should be equal to the number of columns. So this is, okay. This is not possible because the number of columns can't be greater than the number of rows if it is a square matrix. Similarly, number of rows can't be equal to the number of, can't be more than the number of columns. Therefore, the correct answer is option C. Let me choose the green color so that it will be more effective. Yes, so the correct answer is option C, that is the number of rows should be equal to the number of columns so that a matrix is going to be a square matrix. Now let's do the ninth question. Which of the given values of x and y make the following pair of matrices equal? This is very simple. You can see that we need to find the values of x and y, right? So you know that if the matrices are equal, their corresponding entries are going to be equal. That means this is going to be this. That means y minus 2 is equal to 5. That means the y value is 7, right? Here also you can check that if you put y plus 1 equals 8, that means y is going to be 8 minus 1, 7 only. So we have two values where y is 7, two options, either A or C. D, like B and D are absolutely not possible. So you can cancel this. Now we need to check the value for x. This is very, very simple. So 3x plus 7 equals 0. So from this, clearly x will become, this is minus 7 upon 3. Okay, so we do not have minus 7 upon 3, but still we have one more option, that is 2 minus 3x equals 4. So 2 minus 3x equals 4. That means 2 minus 4 equals minus 3x will become 3x. 2 minus 4 is minus 2 equals 3x. That means x equals minus 2 upon 3. So we got the value of x, that is minus 2 upon 3. So therefore, the correct option is option. Okay, I've chosen the green color, but it is not coming. Anyway, the correct option is option C. Okay, clearly this option is also incorrect. So therefore, the correct option is option C. Okay, one second. Because we are getting two values of x here. Okay, yeah, it's my mistake. Because we are getting here two values of x. One is minus 7 upon 3, another is minus 2 upon 3, right? So for this x, we are getting minus 7 upon 3. This we cannot ignore, right? So there is no minus 7 upon 3 that is given, right? So we are getting two values of x. One is minus 7 upon 3 and another is minus 2 upon 3. And that should not be the case. Just the way, I'll make you understand why it's not possible. Because here you can see, if I equated this to this, I got 7 only. If I equated this to this, I still got 7 only. But in terms of x, I'm getting two values. That is not possible, right? That should not be the case. That is why the correct option is not possible to find. These all are incorrect choices. Let's remember this, okay? Now, the next is the number of all possible matrices of order 3 by 3 with entry 0 or 1. Okay, so this is little tricky. I'll tell you how you can do this. First of all, the number of elements, okay, because it has the order 3 cross 3. So the number of elements, the total number of elements is going to be 9 only, right? Because it is 3 times 3 and that is 9. So the total number of elements is 9, right? Now, that it should have entry 0 or 1 only, right? So if it has the entry 0 or 1, that means you have only two choices, right? Two entries are possible and the total number of elements 9. So total, how many possible matrices are there? So the total number of possible matrices, or I can write a number of all possible matrices. There is a formula for this, okay? Possible matrices, and that is the entries, the possible entries that we can put, that is 0 or 1, that is 2 only. So 2 raised to the total number of elements, that is 9. So what is the answer of 2 raised to 9? If you check this, 2 raised to 9 is nothing but 512. So the answer is option D. Remember, this is like a probability, right? Because why you can see that, oh, 512, but yes, 512 is possible because one time 0 will at the first entry, the next time 0 is at the second entry, maybe 1 is at the third entry. So you can imagine that this question is almost like a probability question. Okay, so that is why the number of choices that we are making for each element, that is basically 2, either 0 or 1, and then total number of possible elements is 9. So the total possible arrangements. Okay, we can also compare this to permutation and combination, because combination is basically like in how many ways we can arrange, right? So that is why it is 2 raised to 9, which is 512, and that's the answer. And I'm done with all the solutions of the first exercise of matrices, like NCERT, of course. So I hope you understood every question. If you have any doubt in any of the questions, do let me know in the comment section, so that I can just, I can understand that, whether you are understanding or not. Like, I need to know this. So yes, if you are liking my video, do comment as well, so that I can, get the feedback from you guys, because the feedback is very important. So yes, thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much for your support. I just, I'm overwhelmed with all the response that I'm getting on my Instagram as well as on my YouTube. So thank you so much. And yes, once again, I'll say that if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you are subscribing it, and you are supporting my channel. Thank you so much. And I'm hoping to see you guys very soon. So bye bye.